Here we're going to look at topic 47, example 2, solve equations of the form ax squared equals c. Again, the question is what are the solutions of the equations? The difference between example 2 and example 1 is we now have a coefficient in front of our x squared. So we just need to look to isolate the variable first, and that should be a pretty simple process. So we're going to divide each side by 7 in this case. We get x squared equals 112 divided by 7 would give us 16. And now we can use our square roots. So we're going to take x squared equals 16. We are going to square both sides to get rid of that or undo that square. So x would be equal to 16. Square root of 16 is 4. But as mentioned in the previous video, make sure you use the positive and negative roots. So your solutions will be x equals positive 4 and negative 4. In part B, you want to be careful because we talked about how we can't take the square of a negative number. We do have a negative over here. However, that might cancel out once we isolate the x squared. So don't automatically assume that because it's equal to a negative that there's going to be no solution. You do need to isolate the x squared term first by division in this case. You would get a positive 8. So now we can take the square root of 8. So be careful with that. Don't automatically assume that there's going to be no solution. So here, this would be x is equal to, we're going to start with the positive and negative roots. Now, I can't take the square root of 8. It's not or I can take the square root of 8. It's just not a perfect square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break that up into 4 times 2. And then I will simplify this. So square root of 4 would be 2, and radical 2 is going to remain the same. Okay, and that would be my solution. You do want to make sure that you simplify your radicals whenever possible. That will happen a couple times in the triad examples, but just in general, simplifying radicals is always a good way to go and something you want to make sure that you're doing each time you are working with radicals. All right. Again, pretty quick video, very straightforward concepts. Isolate your x squared term and then take your square roots.